everybody, if anyone's here watching, welcome to X-Plane. We're here at Barstow. I've never flown out of Barstow in my life, or an X-Plane, but here we are. I'm going to turn on traffic because that's the way I roll. We'll see if this is working. I crashed this morning and I basically rage quit. If anyone logged onto the stream and saw that video hoping for a flight, well, guess what? That didn't happen, obviously. So, you know, here we are, doing a thing. And checking some instrumentation out here, checking the yoke. Yoke looks good. Engine switch, awesome. Alright, so we have side tech panels and we're good to go. So here's where we're going today. We're going from Barstow to Redlands, and Redlands is doing an air show, but we're not going to, you know, pretend that that's like a thing that's happening in the sim. But that's why we're flying to Redlands. They have the Hangar 24 Airfest going on. So Redlands Airport, for those of you beer enthusiasts, Hangar 24, you may have heard of it. If you are from SoCal, you almost absolutely have had it. For the rest of the country, you may have heard of it, and if you like the microbrews, then yeah, you probably have heard of it. It is right next to Redlands Airport, and they do a air show sponsored by the brewery every year, and it's a pretty big hit because it is, you know, Redlands is kind of, I mean, it's still a big suburb for anyone else outside of SoCal, but for people in SoCal, Redlands is way, way, way out there. But I still think it's pretty suburban compared to where I live up here in Victorville. Anyway, so we'll fly over that. We'll leave that up over there. I don't think we're going to need it. So here's what we're going to do. We got that rocking and rolling. I think there's an auto detect for when you have the airplane running to start setting up the ATC and everything like that. I'm going to put it in the GPS once we get going. So we are here. We are here in this plane. So I got my view set up here, radio stack, switches, fuel, and everything else is just like out the door, around left and right. To get outside, you press Shift F4. And why is there a 737? That's a 767. Why is there a 767 at Barstow? And then there's a Hawaiian. Okay. Go home, X-Life. You are drunk. We're going to be passing underneath these jetliners. Oh, look, and if it didn't get weird enough, there's a Piaggio Avanti. Is that, did I get the name of that plane right? Piaggio Avanti. Bam. That is exactly what that is. It's right there. That's funny. So we'll go ahead and get going here. There is a the cool little system that this plane has. Do I have audio right now? Yeah. That you can do weight and fuel and all this stuff. Yeah, we'll take a passenger with us. Why not? We'll make them about 155, 58. We'll do 158. No passengers in the rear. We'll take some baggage, and 25 gallons per side should be good. Good enough. So we're within the limits. We are not utility category, obviously, but we are good to go, basically. So that adjusts everything that needs to be there, and then we can look at maintenance, and everything looks good. I don't ever fly this. I need to more often, to be honest. So there's a checklist, and then there's oh, how the heck do you do it? There's this camera. Here we go. You can go like outside the airplane and do
the exterior manipulation mode is now active.
Now I gotta remember the controls to how to like walk around this thing. That did not work. There we go. How does one Oh, you gotta like manually. Okay, wow. All right, that's interesting. They actually have to like. Oh, I see. All right, so that's how you tow. Well, we're not gonna tow. We don't have to tow.
The
So
exterior manipulation mode is now
I
active.
don't know why that keeps talking. You know, cover off. We don't even have the tie downs down, so you can click the tie downs. This plane is really cool. So you can like do everything you need to do to check the airplane. So actually, I forgot to do something. We need to go back in the airplane. We need to turn the airplane on using the master switch here. We don't need to turn on the alternator, so the battery's on. We can turn on the beacon, landing lights, nav lights, strobe lights, taxi lights, landing lights, and the avionics master. So then we go back outside, and basically I'm cheating. I'm not going to do the walk around thing. Every light is working. So now we can get back inside and lower the flaps, which are basically over here. They're right there. Yeah. The flaps are coming down, and there's my face. Speaking of my face, let me put my face on the screen. I tend to forget that. And there we go. My face. And now we can turn everything off except for the beacon light. Oops. And that's good. And then we can turn off the master switch. Cool. Alright, now let's go outside. Camera.
The exterior manipulation mode is now active.
Now we can check things like flaps are good. And then we can check the fuel sumps. So that's that one. We can go over here and move the flap, hinges, counterweights, push rod. Everything's good there. Man, it's windy. The stacks are going. We go to the back of the plane here. We go ahead and check and make sure that... Ooh, there's another static port back here. And then we can make sure that the baggage is secured. Looks good to me. And it's locked. Then we can come back here and check the items off here. See, I have a viewer from Germany. Welcome. Welcome to my humble stream. I do not have many people. Glad to have someone watching. See, with the general aviation flights, I can actually watch the chat a little more easily because I'm not constantly paying attention to a SID or a star or any other chart or anything. Just VFR, so I can kind of sit back and enjoy. And I honestly, I think X-Plane this is what X-Plane is meant for. It's meant for the VFR. General aviation. That's what I mean to say. That's good there. Because this is an awesome airplane. Like there's an equivalent on this in Flight Sim X, and it is better. I want to say better, but honestly, it's not too much. It's not too much better. I mean, I've had issues with it doesn't like track IR. It's the A2A simulation Cessna 172, and once I got track IR with it doesn't do the external views right. And then this has the thing where you can like walk around the airplane and actually check everything off. And of course, none of this really is mandatory in real life. Obviously, it is. You're going to want to make sure everything's clear. You're checking the flow paths. You're checking to make sure the flight controls actually work. You're checking. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I forgot to do. I did not sump the remaining fuel on this side. Boom, boom. So water will collect in the fuel tank. I don't know if it's simulated in this, but and then you got to go like underneath the plane here and get these 3 spots. And there you go, fuel checked. So now you click here to get up on the wing. And you always want to manually look at how much fuel you have and see there it is. It shows you there. On the, of course, on the flight sim version, FSX version.
The exterior manipulation mode is now active.
It will actually show you the tube, the fuel tube. Again, I have no idea why there are jet airliners at Barstow. Maybe they do come here, I don't know. The funny thing is that is exactly what that sounds like when it comes off of the thing. Now, there is a checklist in here. The thing I'm not sure of is if
the exterior manipulation mode is now active.
And I don't know why that guy keeps talking to me. I know that I'm outside the airplane. So you can kind of just go through here and like take it seriously if you want, but I'm not gonna do too seriously. You know, switches off, we did all that. Fuselage, left cabin, left strut, and wheel pin. We don't have any tie downs. Flaps, yeah, ailerons, aileron push rod, wing tips, strobe and nav light, wing leading edge, tie down, stall warning, fuel vent. Yeah, everything looks pretty good on this, as far as this goes. Vents are all clear, blah blah blah. Empennage, elevator, fuselage, fuel. And then that's it. So we go back inside. Alright. Pre-flight inspection is complete. So everyone's cell phones are off. Passenger briefing, yeah, well, okay. It's like, welcome aboard, we're gonna fly to Redlands. Briefing complete now. It's like, you know, if there's an emergency, you know, we'll be on the ground, we'll exit, and we'll prop the doors when we have an issue. Wear seatbelts at all times, no talking while we're taxiing, hands off the controls, and that's about it. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, so brakes are set. We can go and close the door. And yeah, of course that makes everything really quiet. You can make it even quieter by plugging those in if we really want. Yeah, I might do that. I'm going to turn up the audio a little bit because it will be really quiet. And then we'll go ahead and get this guy going. So master switch is off, fuel valve is on both, fuel shut-off valve is pushed in, circuit breakers look good. Alright, so now we want to start that engine. So we crack open the throttle, mixtures at idle cut off. Clear prop! Yell outside, tells the clear prop. We're in Barstow, there's like nobody here. Master switch on. I turned the alternator on with it too, there's nothing wrong with that. Beacon is on, we can again check that outside. And then we want to do a fuel pump switch on. You know, I don't even hear that. Let me take these off here. There we go. Yeah, you can't hear it. And we've got a mixture.
The engine seems ideally primed.
And you get that silly message. And then we'll go ahead and get going. Fuel pumps off. And ignition switch to start. And we have power.
The engine seems ideally primed.
Why did it just turn off?
The engine needs a little more prime.
You just said the engine is ideally primed. Okay, let's try that again. Throttle. I might have flooded it. Hey, maybe this is pretty realistic. Alright, fuel pump on.
The engine seems ideally primed.
Oh, I didn't advance the mixture. Oh, yeah, that is what would happen. Alright, here we go. Starting. And kick over. Give it a little power there. And there we go. Wow, I tell you what, that really does reduce the audio. Shoot. 1000 RPM. Oil pressure. Looking good, in the green. And we're going to lean out that mixture just a little bit. Actually, we lean it out a decent amount. So altimeter, we can go ahead and get the that turned on out. The altimeter, you can barely even see it. 29er76. That's good. Alright, so now we're getting the GPS turned on here. And it's going to beep here in a little bit. That's all good. And I'm not going to worry too much about ATC on this. We can bring the flaps up. And then after start flaps for track, master switch on, radio's on, ATIS. We have our ATIS permanently up here. Wind is 260 at 20. Holy moly. Yeah, that's a little strong. Sky Vector. We're going to go look at the airport diagram here for Barstow. Oh, cool. It actually does have an airport diagram. And finally, the radios start up. You know, that's one thing that's not really realistic about this. The radios do start up a little bit. So the wind is right down the runway runway 26. So I might do the long taxi here, and we'll do that sort of thing. So we're gonna make a left out here and go Charlie. Although, nah, come at me, bro. I'll do a 30-degree crosswind. That's fine. So, yeah, I forgot to put the mixture up, and everything's good now. So, I think all I want to do now is make sure let's make sure the transponder's on first of all. Gotta put it to standby. Standby. There we go. And we should be 1200. I have the SciTech panel, so I can go ahead and change that. There we go. 1, 2. Oh, it doesn't let you. Okay. Actually, I have to type it in manually. And nav lights. Should do nav lights, taxi lights. And we're good to go. We'll go ahead and parking brakes off. A little power. And brakes test good. And we'll go this way. Alright. 260. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. My heading indicator's wrong. Let's fix that. So, 3. So, yeah, this gets desynchronized because it runs off the gyroscopes, and this is an actual compass, so unless, like, Earth screws up its magnet, it will always be right, so you just connect it. Line them up so they're the same. And then the wind, 260, so we'll go 260. But we're going to be, as it shows where the wind is coming from, so I know which way to, like, aim the control. So, right quartering. So I think with that you want to put a little bit of down. To hold the nose down. I'm taxiing really fast here. And I don't think I really need this anymore. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with the checklist. Helipad. Okay. That's kind of cool. Yeah, you do want to push because you're trying to lift the nose off the ground. Okay, way, so now the wind is coming from that way, so that way. This way again. Turn coordinator working good. See if there's a run-up area out here. I kind of doubt it. See, I really like X-Plane, how it has the slope taxiways and sloped runways, and it just looks, visually looks better on the ground. Flight Sim FSX looks better in the air, I think, especially when you add the add-ons to it, but it has all the flat grounds and the frame rate is just not that good. X-Plane is built for gaming PCs. Flight Sim X is not, so it's kind of disappointing. Which taxiway is this for? Oh, this is the closed taxiway, I think. B2? I don't know. Oops. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's like a, it's not a run-up area, but it's like a, maybe that's the, there's like a helipad over there. Alright, I'm gonna close the window. That was a weird noise. Oh, now you really can't hear anything. Man, that is really quiet. I have to have the volume turned way up. Alright, so we're gonna kind of swing around into this run-up area here. Not watching chat. Alright, point into the wind there, still 260. Alright, parking brake set. Wait a minute, I gotta click it. Alright, yeah, flight control check. Flight control check, looks good. And mixture, we're not gonna go full rich because we're at 1,900, so we'll go like just shy of rich, and then we'll run up to 1,900. A little too high there. Mag check. Good. Left. Good. Checking the left and right magnetos on the engine to make sure that they're not bad, and that checks out good. And we can do a thing to make sure that the alternator is charging, and it is. You can see the drop in the amps. The suction looks good, and we have no constant speed prop on this, so we can just come right back to idle. Engine does not shut off. Good. Back to 1,000, and we can get ready to get going here. So mixture we'll keep right here, and parking brake off. All right. Alright, now I can kind of pretend simulate ATC. Barstow traffic. Cessna 47332 Charlie, taking over runway 22, departure to the southwest, Barstow. Alright, let's see. Landing lights, taxi lights off, strobe lights on. I'm facing the wrong way here. Yep. 2. Alright, lights. Camera. Ah, come on. There we go. And 2-2. We'll go ahead and line this up exactly right here. There we go. And that was weird. Reset. And we're ready to go. Fuels both. Good. Full power. Man, I'm putting a lot of left rudder. A lot of left rudder. Whoa. Alright, and we're off. Wasn't pulling back on the nose enough. Alright, let's get that turn coordinated here. And that's one thing I didn't check was my my trim. Got a little fast here. Wind coming from the right. See how quiet that is? It is so quiet. Pretty good. Not exactly tracking the runway exactly down the center, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. My resolution might be kind of low. I'm not sure what's going on. I think my internet has been bonkers lately. Good old Charter. So it'll automatically output to the highest level. So if it's 480, then that might be what it is. But the final upload will always be 1080, as far as I know. Okay, above 3,000 feet, we can lean out a little bit more. We'll do a more final lean when we get a little bit higher. Let's go track IR off, go landing light off, and let's go program GPS here. While we're doing that, let's make sure we're straight, and, we're level, not drifting.
The oil
here.
temperature is getting high. Damage may occur.
Okay then. I don't know how to deal with that. Maybe it's for leaning the engine. Maybe I need to pull the power back a little. Let me pull the power back a little. I did not know that that's a thing that could happen. That never happened to me in real life. How the heck do you get the map view here? You hold clear, right? No. I know these things, but you know what? Screw GPS. We're going all visual. So we gotta go like kind of southwest. I generally know where I'm going. I just need to go this way. So we are even southwest. So we'll go 6,500. That's probably a good altitude. We are hot on the oil. What is the deal with the oil? Maybe it has something to do with the air vent. Whoa, that was loud. Air vent here, cabin air, cabin heat. Yeah, we don't want cabin heat. We do a little bit of cabin air. We don't want cabin heat. Why is the oil so hot? See ya, Plano. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna say it has something to do with leaning the mixture. Or maybe it has something to do with the simulation of the fact that I didn't guard the oil well enough or something. I don't know. There's so many different things simulated in this that, like, I didn't put cam guard in the oil, so the oil's like super hot or something. I don't know. I should be running full power though. On any kind of climb, you should be running full power no matter what. Let me see if I can mess around with this a little more, figure out why I'm not getting map view. Oops. I don't know what the deal is, but I passed my altitude here, so we need to go ahead and level off. I generally know where I'm going, but we're going to do this without GPS. Oh, okay. Get ourselves trimmed out here. Bring back a little bit more power. Whoa, gust of wind. And I didn't know I was already that lean, but we'll go ahead and bring that back now. And there we go. We'll bring it back in a little bit until we see the needle start dropping. That's it. Lean the mixture. See if I can figure out this reshade thing again. I want filmic mode? How do you actually... Okay. Scroll lock effect toggle. I don't remember how to do this. Maybe it's already in. I don't know. There's some way to do that. I don't know how to do it though. We're just flying on over the Mojave Desert here. Not much to see other than brown out the window right now. Alright, there's gotta be a way to get this back. I am completely confused. No. Problem is the click spots on this thing are absolutely atrocious. Ah, that fixes that problem. Oops. Not really, actually. Yay. Figured that part out now. There we go. We're actually heading right towards Apple Valley right now. I think Lucerne Dry Lake Bed is like right over here. We don't have to follow the magenta line. I just wanted to put it on there so I can kind of understand like where I'm heading. Because we're going to go visually right down the Cajon Pass. We'll go over Silverwood Lake, kind of near Lake Arrowhead. Won't pass directly over because those are sensitive, rich communities that don't like loud airplanes. But yeah, that's Lucerne Dry Lake Bed over there, that little patch of different color. And I launch rockets out of there with rocketry organization in California. Pretty cool group of people. Hey, the oil temperature actually came down. Nice. This down here is Bell Mountain. Little nipply looking mountain. And then there's some little foothills here. That's part of Apple Valley. That's where Newton T. Bass, like one of the founders of Apple Valley, he has a house built on one of the hills here. But it is completely dilapidated and riddled with graffiti now. It's kind of sad. What the heck is that? Is that like a road? That's weird. Yeah, Apple Valley Airport, we're going to fly right over it. I'm going to fly by. Look at that wind pushing from right to left. Dang. Oop. Still used to flight sim. Still used to FSX. The Apple Valley Airport, I've flown out of there real world before. A couple times. Yeah, there's some weird looking roads down there that aren't realistic. This is of course default scenery, so it is what it is. I'm gonna kind of reposition myself here so it might get a little weird with the track IR. There we go. Actually, turn off track IR for the moment. Just kind of chill out here. I'm gonna fly right over Spring Valley Lake. That's where I was hanging out this evening. My close friend of 4 years' daughter turned 1-year-old today, so we had a nice birthday party for her. Characters. So off in that direction, can barely see it out there, is Southern California Logistics Airport, and that is where I work. And there's a building right down on this end of the airport. We do all flight testing for General Electric. All of the GE engines get flight tested out of that facility right there. Yeah, they don't have much modeled here in terms of houses or any kind of civilization, but there are over 350,000 people in the high desert, which we are now flying right over. No, actually, no, there are some houses down there, I guess. So, yeah, they have some civilization modeled here, but it's not much. See, everything on here says oil looks fine, so I don't know what the deal is with the oil temperature getting really hot. That's weird. Runway 26. Anyway, oh yeah, we're over Spring Valley Lake. So I have a friend whose house is in this general area. I have some friends whose houses are down here. Pretty decently modeled. The fingers are on the little fingers sticking out in the lake are pretty accurate. Shout outs to Brandon. I don't know if he's watching. He said he was going to, but he's down in there. He's down in that area. I am off over there on the west side of Victorville. We'll start turning a little more south now. See if we can catch Hesperia Airport here. Kind of flying right towards it. Actually, I have Hesperia Airport modeled scaryingly accurate in this. They have the CHP has a helipad right outside. I think it's CHP. It might be like a life flight or like affiliated with a hospital or something. But they have a helipad right outside the airport, and it's modeled. Hesperia Airport also has some houses right along it of airplane owners who have like a hangar that goes right out onto the taxiway, and that's all modeled too. So kind of scary how that is represented. Definitely not represented in Flight Sim X. Definitely not at all. You have the train tracks here for Hesperia Road kind of going down, so that's accurate. I wish I knew how to get this working though, this this thing. Let me take a look here. Oh, you have to put them in the pads. No, that's in the right spot. Ah, there we go. You gotta go up. Ah, there we go. You gotta come down here a little bit. I think filmic mode was a pretty good one. Just simple with a bit of color. No, I don't want that. That's too bright. Just a bit. Color theme. Colorfulness. Color theme. I like that. That one's pretty good. Supposed to be pretty evening, so yeah, the sun is starting to go down over there. So that's just, it's called reshade, and all it does is it reshades, obviously, but it doesn't add new textures to X-Plane. It just takes what's already there and changes the way the light hits it. Yeah, here comes Hesperia Airport. You can see how many buildings they have modeled down there. It's crazy how accurate that is. So as we come on the other side of the mountains, I'll start looking up information about how we're going to get down here. The elevation at Redlands is about 1,500 feet. So we'll have to get down to 2,500 as we kind of come around the hill here. Yep, that be Hesperia. Whoa, sorry. That be Hesperia Airport. I need to stop doing that. I'm trying to adjust my seat here and I'm having a little bit of trouble. Alright, track IR off. There. Track IR on and accurate. Okay, there we go. Move myself back a little bit here. I don't know why Silverwood Lake is flashing at me, but that's what it's doing. I think I'm okay altitude-wise. I could go out a little bit towards the Cajon Pass a little bit more, but I think I'll be okay. It might get a little bit choppy as we fly over, but that's fine. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to climb. Full power. Pull back to about 80 knots. And trim. Trim knob on this plane moves really slowly. And I'll hold it down for like 10 seconds just to adjust for climb. In real life, it would take a half a second. You just move the wheel one full slide's worth, and that's about what you adjust.
The oil temperature is getting high. Damage may occur.
See, I don't know what's going on with that. I think it's just because I haven't flown the plane in a while. See that? He looks really concerned. He's like, "Your oil." I don't know why. Alright. That is Silverwood Lake down there. There's a state recreation area. Pretty cool park down there. Fun times. Since we're going to climb up to 8,500, there really is not a reason we need to kind of circumvent the area, so we're going to go ahead and point ourselves, again, sorry about that, point ourselves directly towards Redlands. A little bit slow there. Alright, now we can... Alright, we're heading southeast now, so we actually are supposed to be at 7,500 feet, so I'm going to start leveling off. And descending, basically. The window fogging up? Or is that just glare? I think that's just glare from the sun being behind me. Alright, let's go ahead and dip the nose here. Windows are fogging up. Let me turn off cabin air. That's Crestline. That's where I'm going to go this next weekend. Crestline in Lake Gregory. Alright, this is getting bad. We need to open the window or something. Cabin heat, maybe? Open the window. I'm gonna open the window. Now we need to get down. Let's get down. I don't know what's going on with the window. Whoa, watch your speed. Cabin heat and cabin air. Alright, I need to get turning here. We need to get down to 2,500 feet. That might be helping the fog. San Bernardino Airport right there. We're gonna stay out of that airspace so we don't have to call them. Air is smooth. I'm not going to worry too much about the speed. we got to get down pretty quick here, so. That helped the fog problem. Okay, landing direction for Redlands. Runway 26 is a right traffic, so we do need to come over the top like we are. Perfect. Looking pretty good here. Alright, 1,000 to go. 2,500. We're really close to the, 500 to go. Alright, attitude. Power. Trim. And mixture full rich. Landing light on. I'm kind of cutting into the airspace here. Redlands traffic. Cessna 47332 Charlie. Cutting the corner around the Delta airspace at San Bernardino, runway 26 for right pattern, full stop for Redlands. I don't see the airport yet. Oh wait, there it is. No, I thought that was the airport. Apparently that's not the airport. The airport is right there. Alright, I got the field. Redlands traffic, Cessna 47332 Charlie, entering right downwind, 26 full stop, Redlands. And a little slow here. $500. Alright, start slowing down. Good. Next notch. Redlands traffic, SAS 47332 Charlie, base to final 26, full stop Redlands. Full flaps. $65 knots, perfect. $250 right down the runway. Little left to right. I'm pretty high here. Let me get down. Alright. And flare, 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 flare. That was a little rough. A little rough there. Wire all the way down. Little aerodynamic braking here. Probably not going to make this taxiway. I'll probably make the next one. And Redlands traffic exiting to the left. Back taxi for an exit to the left at Redlands. That wasn't the best landing, but I do what I can do. Alright, we're off the runway, landing light off. Strobe light off. Taxi light. Oh, taxi light on. This is pretty accurate. This is really accurate here. Once we get parked, I'll see if the Hangar 24 brewery is modeled. That'd be kind of cool to see. Quartering tailwind, put some forward pressure. Lean for taxi. Transponder to standby. Yeah, the windsock is 90 degrees off. That's weird. Taxi lights off. And we'll just park right here. Alright, parking brake. Parking brake on. And we'll dead mag check. Dead mag check's good. Switches. And clean.
The engine seems ideally primed.
Ignition and master. And door. Alright, let's take a look at what the issue is with maintenance. Alright, it might have been because I had a smaller number. I don't know. Like the oil was low, so because it was a lower quantity, it started heating up. That might have been why. But that's not realistic because 6 quarts is plenty of oil. That would not start happening at 6 quarts. Maybe at closer to 4 that would start happening. But not 6. So let's see if this is accurate. The brewery is not there. Sad face. So Hangar 24 brewery is like right here. Let me show you. Oh, you can't do that? That's lame. Oh well, it's not going to load. But you can see here that you have those 2 hangars right there, bam and bam. Sam parked like right here. And then the brewery is right here. Some of the brew houses back there and parking lot. Now for the air show is nuts because this is all where the air show happens. So like in Flight Sim, you can see this area over here is basically where the air show is. And yeah, this is the parking lot for the air show. So that's the whole reason that that's there, is because of the air show. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I'll do this more often. I'm still going to try to do the Hawaii flight, Southwest Hawaii flight from LAX, which isn't going to happen in real life. They're only going to fly out of San Diego and the Bay Area, but we can fantasize, and that's what we'll do. We'll be back in Flight Sim X, and we'll be in the PMDG 737-800. Catch you guys then.